Station Outpost, Pale Abyss. We require aid. There is proceed. Stream caution.
Okay, we need to get our shit together because I do not want Alpha Team coming and saving our asses again. Like, that always happened in the freaking simulations. I don't want that to happen in real life, okay? We have to do this.
What if I were to say I did not wish to command such a mission? What if I were to say I would have preferred to remain inanimate, inert?
You mean, was this project successful beyond our wildest dreams? Absolutely. Wanted the greatest tactical and military mind that humanity could possibly produce? Well, you got it. And it turns out, he's better than you are. And he's better than I am.
Remember, don't kill the robots.
It would seem you are aligned with the Coalition of Hamlock. Can you confirm this?
Yes, I can.
Are you sure you want to do that?
They have sent other colony ships of the Endurance size and class elsewhere. You are still the only ship in this direction.
You know, the wig doesn't really do it. The pink might, but the wig doesn't.
I know. I'm working on it, okay?
I mean, how long until they use someone you know as bait or leverage? We already see it happen on my end of the marina.
You gonna make me leave alone?
Protocol A4 is in effect.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Teach Astronomy. My name is Victoria, but you can call me Vicky, but today you can call me Kai because it's Friday and that means it's D&D Space Time. Woohoo! If you haven't been here before, welcome. This is D&D in space, Dungeons and Dragons in space. We have our lovely Game Master Grant that leads us through intrepid adventures in space on the Starship Endurance, and he can fill you in on what happened last time.
Oh yeah, what didn't happen? So last time on Spaceball Z, we had our intrepid trio of characters retake the AI core of the Starship Endurance. Essentially did a hard reboot on the ship's commanding officer, which is an interesting experience for him to go through, I'm sure. I believe you guys also retrieved Bessie, the alien AI that you adopted in season 1, and you have essentially received your new marching orders from your commanding officer. Admiral Thomas Wadsworth Kane said that there is a small fleet of alien spaceships that have been trying to take over the Endurance and are actually in the process of trying to disable her. Your job to ensure that the Endurance doesn't get retaken or hacked again is to take back the hangar, grab a bunch of ships, and go and take over the pocket carrier that has attached itself to Endurance and is broadcasting just a wideband hacking frequency that is at this very moment trying to retake the ship again.
And
luckily,
that has also most likely stolen some of our friends.
And that has also more than likely kidnapped some of your fellow away team members. So that's where you are. You are currently waiting for the go-ahead from the rest of the away teams. Planning how you are going to retake the hangar at some point. There are a few dozen of you right now, so the odds are a little bit more even. But that being said, the way we've left off, it's going to be a bit of a fight. So that's going to be probably most of the session. So that being said, Vicky has already introduced herself and her character, but everyone go ahead and go around and reintroduce yourselves and your characters for us.
Hello. If you have not come to one of these before, that would be kind of weird, but you're welcome and you can watch all the rest of these.
No, don't.
But if you do not know, I am Eris. Usually Michael on here, but today Eris. I am basically a robot, a synthetic, so I look pretty human, but I am not, which leads to some interesting gameplay. And I'm our scout and want to go kill some things because that's always fun.
And I am Leaf, You're a psionic hacker elf. And handler of Wonder the Weasel. Good girl. And let's see. What else do you need to know about me? I like pressing buttons.
That's the big one.
And we're
Only
about
thing
to
you need to
encounter an
know.
alien spaceship, which means there's going to be buttons to press.
And I don't know if I'm
So
gonna stop
many
you on
buttons.
those.
So many buttons. Yeah, so
Oh, and I'll do.
Yes.
I didn't do but Kai is our pilot and an heirloom human as well. I'm Kai. I'm also chaotic. We all
Yes.
know this.
Not just in the game.
Yeah, no, in real life too. But
It bleeds into the game.
in oh so many ways. But that being said, you are, let me get our background music going.
we have new
Here we go.
background music.
Yes, new background music.
Also, friendly reminder because we are using new background music. If anything is too loud, let us know. We can turn it down.
Yes, I have the power over here. So, that being said, you are all still in this maintenance section with all of the other away teams. I believe you guys kind of traded with Alpha Team for some stim packs and
With the,
your
the glow sticks.
for the glow sticks. Although I think Leaf made it a little more worth their while by giving Rima essentially the instructions for making psionic tattoos, which who knows when she's going to get around to playing with that, but she will at some point. And yeah, you're kind of waiting to see what happens. I think one of the last things that happened was Kai kind of telling Zen to keep his mouth shut and not tell anyone anything about their past. So that's another thing that's going on.
Yeah.
So,
And
what do you do?
and the big reveal of last session that Leaf helped build Wadsworth, who controls the entire ship, and Wadsworth has part of Leaf's brain, not actually ka-chunk and in, but like a copy, which it took Kai a minute to realize because she thought Leaf was just missing part of his brain, and it was in a computer somewhere. I was
You know, if
concerned.
that wasn't already, if we didn't already have canon for that, that would be so much better.
Just full on Zaphod
Just
Beeblebrox
full on
this
the
thing.
AI core is actually just part of Leaf's brain.
All right.
Excuse me,
Should
computer. I told you.
It was a fun noise.
Yeah, it
So-
doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm getting used to Windows Media Player, and it doesn't have a repeat one option that I can find right now. So this is a little extra multitasking on my part.
It's in a right-click menu
It is. It is.
somewhere.
But I think so all the other teams are just kind of like hanging out right now and like prepping stuff.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And okay, for context again, so we are basically outside the area that outside the area of the hangar. And the hangar has all of our ships and also has borders in it.
Correct.
Great.
The hangar appears to be the main location where the borders ended up reaching the rest of the ship.
Okay.
It is a fairly central location, especially on Ring A, where all the important stuff is. And it's also a great place to land a bunch of ships and get a whole bunch of people off of them. So this is essentially the locus of where all sorts of stuff has been happening.
Okay. I think I'm gonna check in with you guys, but how's everybody feeling about going and charging in guns blazing? Because I think that's what they're gonna want to do.
We need a better plan.
I know.
What are
I'm-
the different steps what are the different things that we need to do? We need to take the hangar. We have to find a way to get into the ship that is on our hull.
So we need to
We
get
have
our
to
we need to
get
get
our
our ships
people-
back.
Yeah, we need to
Oh
get
God, I hope they didn't do anything to the ships. We might need time to fix things if they tried to sabotage our stuff.
Okay, so we need to get into the hangar, get a ship, get rid of the borders from the hangar, take our ships that hopefully work, and if they don't, we need to get a working ship so that we can then get to the outside of our big ship, get to the little ship, get our people off it, remove the little ship, destroy it
And
probably, and then return. So that's all the steps we have to do. That's like 5 things. That's like a short little thing to do.
But the enemy ship is attached to our hull, presumably around this area, right? Why do we need to get into other ships to get to it? Like, presumably they came in somehow. Can we not just like, there's someone else distract them and sneak in through the whatever opening they used to get into our ship?
So that brings up a pretty nice plan where we send everyone else to go attack the hangar and go do sort of their thing. And while they're doing that, we try and actually get into the little ship.
From the outside?
From the inside of our ship to the ship that's attached on our hull.
There has been no evidence that they have actually drilled into your hull from their ship.
I think they're just like attached to like a magnet is attached to another magnet, not like.
Sure, but in that case, if there's a magnet on the outside of a fridge,
we're not going to
still
drill
a
through.
hole in the fridge.
No. I like this plan. Let's depressurize the Endurance.
I love this idea. There's got to be. We're on a very advanced ship. There's got to be some way that we can create some sort of barrier to the rest of the ship so that we're not just, killing everyone on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I just thought of a way we could do that, but you're not going to like it.
Blowing a hole through the ship?
We've got a lot of that goo stuff.
No.
And I think Artie could probably use it to make like a catwalk.
No.
The problem is, okay.
No. I already hated it enough.
And if it goes rogue, it's on the enemy ship anyway.
The problem is, what is our plan if we don't go at it from this direction? Like, how are we actually going to get to the outside of the other ship and still get into the other ship? Like, no matter what, we're kind of in a weird situation getting in. This way, we can at least have maybe a little bit more maneuverability. The big problem is that we need a way to seal off the portion of our ship that their ship is attached to so that, as mentioned, we don't just, depressurize the entire ship.
So this is a table talk thing. This is not Kai speaking in fiction. I do know that Grant did build out some ship-to-ship combat. So I think we do have to do it. I don't know why, but I feel like it will not. The answer is not drilling a hole through our ship.
That's not the answer Grant had in mind.
No. What is the point? What is the point of a DM coming up with a whole bunch of really complicated and well fleshed out resources and ideas if we're not going to just completely go down a different path?
Also, this does not stop us from doing this, right? We still will need ship-to-ship combat because once we get our people off of this ship and, hopefully get rid of it, there's still every other ship that's out there that we have to deal with.
Oh, true.
Like, the problem isn't solved. We will still need to do ship-to-ship combat.
Like, here's like, we hijack the alien ship, right? Mm-hmm. And then we need someone to pilot it. And we're probably going to have a lot of really not happy aliens when they realize we've stolen their ship. Although, in theory, none of them can get to us because of Wadsworth activating the shields.
I appreciate your confidence in me, but I don't know if I can steer an alien ship. But okay, so you think this is back in fiction?
Yeah.
So you guys want to have everybody else go in the hangar, and we go around the side, sneak on in. Take over the ship.
It's attached. Out. Okay, so it's attached to our hull, right? And the Endurance has access ports.
All Wadsworth said was that he assumed it was attached to the hull, but he's detecting one object that is close by, presumably an object the size of a ship, close enough where it's within Endurance's
outer shield,
and within its point defense systems. So
can we find
there
a
aren't
window?
Any weapons that can turn around and look at it.
That could be helpful. Can we go to the exterior cameras?
You could try.
I don't know what's on the ship. So
I'm gonna walk up to a terminal, I guess, and we're going with old school dice today.
Ooh.
Okay, start.
How
looking.
do we not have good space dice? How do none of us have like a nice, cool?
What?
I'm sorry. Have you not seen these?
No.
They're beautiful.
I can switch up my
These
dice.
are
Hang
my
on.
these are my Bureau of Balance dice. The Bureau of Balance is located on the fake moon, not the real one. The fake one.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one they used to stage the. Never mind.
Okay. Sorry. Side railed us for a bit.
You're good.
You're going up to a terminal.
Yeah, Leaf. Make a computer use check, and this computer use check is entirely about finding efficiently the right camera angle to see what you want to see.
Are there windows on this ship?
There are some.
I'm gonna
Windows
go
are
look out the closest window. I might not see anything. I'm gonna go look out it anyway.
You're gonna have to travel for about 35 minutes to get to a place where there is a window. You are in a maintenance
We're in the
section
middle.
next to the hangar bay. This is like halfway up the arm to the outer...
35 minutes?
You have to literally climb your way up there.
I'm fast. I'm a fast climber.
Okay, I'll give you that 20 minutes.
That's fine. I'll just wait for the terminal stuff.
24.
At 24, okay. Yeah, you'll have access to the exterior camera systems, and yeah, everyone make spot checks. See what you can spot.
Hold on.
God, I
need to-
hope somebody else is better with looking at things, because
I have glasses, so I don't know.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
So I'm not. I'm still blind from the radiation or something.
It came back for a second.
Yep.
You're still getting used to your new ocular sensors. It's fine.
I got an 18.
Okay.
I got a 7.
So, Kai, you're able to more or less corroborate what Wadsworth's sensor description was telling you. There appear to be multiple objects surrounding the ship outside the rings. But you do notice on one of the camera angles there is something very, very close to the central hull of the Endurance, and you can't tell if it's latched on or if it's just holding position next to the ship. But yeah, it's sizable. It looks like something that would be crewed by, I mean, if you had to guess by human standards, it would be crewed by maybe between 70 and 100 people.
Oh.
And that's not including anyone who mans shuttlecraft or fighter craft that are stationed on board it.
Interesting.
So it's a fairly big ship.
Okay. So I communicate this to the guys. I'm less inclined to do the let's find a good place to drill through the ship if we don't know that the other ship is touching our ship, because then we're just in space.
Is there a window in the area that you saw the ship that we could go to and look out?
Is there a window?
The central hull is entirely maintenance and life support and stuff.
Is there
like
an
that.
access port that we could get out through, like a maintenance airlock?
You
There are
want to do a
definitely
spacewalk?
maintenance airlocks.
Yeah.
My only thing.
Much smaller target.
We're gonna get
I don't
shot.
need air. I can do a spacewalk quite easily.
Yeah, and we're gonna get shot as
You're-
we try to get
you-
on.
Yeah, you're a much smaller target, but you're also, because you're a much smaller target, you take way more damage if one of those weapons hits.
I want to peek my head out of a maintenance hatch.
Again, this is like a 30-minute journey for you to get to that part of the central
That's
hall.
fine.
and
Everyone's
poke
getting
your-
ready. This gives us time. That's fine.
Okay.
That's
This
fine.
is-
That's fine.
Okay, or do we want to just go get in a ship and?
Except what? I still don't know what our plan is if we get so.
Okay,
We
so
go get in a ship.
Here's
how are we
my-
getting into the enemy ship?
That's okay. So here's my idea. This is
Board the borders.
well. Okay.
Can we dress
so
up as aliens?
There's two options.
That was my first thought. I don't know if we. Based on the description, I don't think we really can.
We're too tall, I think. 'Cause they're
There's
really
not
short.
like if they were wearing some like suit that we could just like put on, like if they were like the
Yeah.
Breen or something in Star Trek.
Once
but
we
they're
retake the
not.
hangar, because presumably these things have some kind of spacesuit.
Well, now
Presumably.
we could try it, but okay. So the way that I see it, there are two options here. Both of them involve getting a ship and flying out, because again, do not think it's a great idea to just push Eris out a window and hope that he grabs on. Like,
But that's not what I'm saying we do.
Yeah.
I don't know how long
love-
you think the
We'll give him a
spacewalk
jetpack.
tethers are.
I also love how this conversation is happening with an entire party, none of whom have the 0G training feat, which allows you to actually operate in 0G.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about operating in zero. I want to poke my head out a window.
I know, but then but then what do you do?
I want Kai to throw Eris. And once you're moving, it's space. It's not like we've got a gravity well to deal with. He'll move in a straight line. You just aim it, you just line it up and push.
And then a boarder says, "Oh, somebody's coming," and they turn the turret and they shoot him and he's dead.
First of all, they can't kill me. My whole brain is on data storage.
I know,
here.
but it would still be
So
very
it's
traumatic for the rest
fine.
of us, and then we'd have to like resurrect you, and that'd be a whole
But
thing. I don't want to
also,
do that.
Initially, I want to know if they're if that's actually a level we need to do, because here is my not very fleshed out plan, right?
Okay.
So everyone else goes and takes the hangar. There are tons of our fellow squad mates who will be able to take the hangar without us, right? Like, we're obviously the best, but they got this. Once that's done, they can get on these ships and go fly out to deal with all of the other border ships. And also, they can fire as sort of a distraction, not firing to like destroy the ship, but sort of fire at the ship we are trying to get on. That will be the distraction.
Crossfire. There's a mechanic for that.
We then need to figure out how to get on this ship.
So
now,
we get
I want
shot.
to know if the ship is attached to our ship. If it is, this is very easy. We can maybe very easy. We'll have to figure out exactly where they're attached, how we can do with this. We drill a hole in our own ship, drill a hole in their ship. If any alarms go off that there's some problem, they'll assume it's from the fire from the other ships, not from someone drilling a tiny hole in their ship. If it turns out they're not attached to our ship, you get to throw me to their ship.
Okay.
And it's fine. This is all great.
That's okay. That's idea number one. Grant was frozen for a little bit, so I don't know if he heard all of that.
I heard very little for about 20 seconds there.
I was worried. Okay, so that's idea number one. Idea number two, similar. We get a ship. We don't drill a hole in the Endurance. Maybe. I don't know. It's an idea. We don't use the goo that tried to kill us many times.
Where is the nearest airwalk to that ship?
It's between 35 and 40 minutes for you to just get there, and that's assuming you don't encounter anything on the way.
Like between the airwalk and the other ship. Like once we get out, if we got out an airwalk, how long is the spacewalk?
It's hard to tell.
We can't see it.
In theory, according to your schematics, there is one like right below it, but you can't see that angle right now.
But meaning we wouldn't have to drill a hole in the Endurance to get out, basically under it.
So we don't drill a hole in the Endurance.
Perfect.
So we
Even easier.
But you have a whole bunch of variables that you cannot predict at this point. You don't know how close that ship is.
We can't predict anything from any plan.
Well, okay, listen.
Yes.
Here's can I just explain plan number two? I have the
not.
I have the yellow thing, okay? Listen to me for a second. I am your commander. I know that you don't take me very seriously usually, but for a second, can I have your attention? What if we get a ship and we fly the ship to the other ship? We have people on that ship. We have two options at that point. We try to radio them, and if they're able to, distract them in some way where we can get on the fucking ship. Or we just blast a hole through where it looks like there's an entrance and fly in.
And you don't see problems with that plan?
No, I don't.
Radio the people that were kidnapped. Already off to a probably terrible start. You want to blast a hole in the ship that has our people on it. How do we know that's not just going to cause them to all get murdered?
We'll knock 5 times first so that they know we're coming.
Second of all, based on your description of the ship, there are a lot more people on there than there are us, which means it's going to be difficult for us to just fight them. Also, you're assuming we can get there. You're afraid of us getting shot if we're like a single really small target that they don't really know is there trying to go to their ship. You think they won't notice the huge ass ship and try and shoot it out of the sky?
Now listen,
how do you think this is a problem that has less problems? A plan that has less problems.
I'm not saying they're not going to shoot at us. I'm saying that in a ship made of metal with a shield, we would be a little more...
Basically.
You?
Yeah, but you take 10 times damage when one of these weapons hits you. The shuttle does not, or whatever ship you take.
Grant's
I
on
would like to
hot.
say for the record
Yeah.
here, and since I'm talking to the DM, I guess this is out of character,
Yes.
that it kind of doesn't matter if it's 10 times damage or half damage. These weapons would all kill Leaf regardless.
Yeah.
Very true.
I
And they
just
would have no trouble hitting you, I promise that.
okay. Here's a thought. Here's a thought. How about we ask what everyone else's plan is? How about I go and ask some of the other commanders what they're planning on doing? Because that might help us a little bit.
Why?
Why? Because we're a team.
I guess.
You really want to drill a hole in the ship?
No.
No, I
really
want to drill a hole in their ship.
Yeah, I think the best.
I want to go
plan
through an
here-
airlock on ours. No, I think we should get it. I think we should actually bring our own ship. But I just.
Okay. Actually, okay. Here's an idea. You ready?
Oh dear.
This solves all the problems. No, not oh dear. No, this makes sense. We do your plan. They handle, and I'll help, handling the boarders in the hangar. Me and Zen will help them. You two. We'll split the party, Grant. Sorry, I haven't done this yet. Gotta do it at some point.
Okay.
You two make your way to the airlock that you are so convinced that you're gonna be able to do a spacewalk from. And you tether yourself up and you go fly. You get on that ship. Get on the ship. Radio us back. Find a way to open the hangar. I will get there with the ship.
This doesn't actually solve any of our problems, but it does mean we get to do both plans, and that's all I care about.
It does
so.
solve the
It
problems,
solves.
I think.
It solves none of our problems. It still solves none of the problems with my plan, and it solves none of the Well, it solves a couple of the problems of your plan. If the problems with my plan don't matter, like if we're able to get past them.
Leaf, you
This
have
is fine.
fancy powers.
Big fan of this
Can you
idea.
hide Eris and stuff as he does the space?
Yeah, hide me while I do the spacewalk.
No.
Give me just 1 second because the answer to that may be really frustrating for Grant.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's the best kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
Because I feel like, okay, you do have a point, Eris. I like the quieter we get to that ship, and the quieter we can get something open, and less destructive we can get something open to get our ship into, then the better everything's gonna go.
I don't think we can fight everyone on their ship. I think
How
our
mu-
best plan is to get our teammates out as fast as possible and then blow them up.
That's
Hey,
why I'm
Eris,
saying.
how much
so
do you weigh?
If you
That's a good question. I don't have it listed.
average for
What's
metal,
the maximum amount I can weigh and still be okay for whatever you want to do?
Okay, so let's see. Upper limit number 1 is 700 pounds. I think we're good there.
Yeah, no.
Totally fine.
Hold on. How much? What does?
Even with my equipment,
This is
Oh,
hilarious.
where did that come from?
which does have weights that I do have listed.
For where's my?
I'd say a biodroid's probably, for their proportions, a little heavier than a person. So Eris is probably pushing 200 pounds, just because of the heavy
also have
materials.
100 kilograms worth of stuff, roughly. Now I don't need to take all of it, but
Okay, so yeah, so here's
Do you weigh? Okay, 125 kilograms.
yeah, that's 275 pounds. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we could make that work.
yeah.
I don't think I could take all that much stuff with me,
No.
but I don't need to take most stuff with me.
Honestly,
Okay.
travel as light as you possibly can and bring yourself a radio. And
In
that's
fact,
kinda
the
all you
heaviest
need.
stuff I have, the heaviest stuff I have, I definitely don't need to take with me. So
So, because this isn't concentration, so
Really?
I can make you invisible and then stay anchored to the ship and actually control your motion. Because I believe constructs count as objects for the purposes of telekinetic powers, which means that I believe I can actually use my mind to move you around. I can lift you
awesome.
with my brain.
Oh my god.
And only one of those is concentration, which means that I can have you be invisible during that process. So as long as no one
Okay.
takes me out.
Okay, so if
What's-
DM's
Hold
okay
on,
with
what's the
this-
range on this? How far can I move you before this?
Well, you look that up. Kai,
Yes.
this plan does not work if the alien ship is not distracted.
I know.
So
I can handle that.
you're definitely gonna need to help everyone take over the hangar while we get to this access port.
Yeah.
And especially if Leaf's gonna be hanging outside the side of the ship watching me go, if they see him, he will die.
Yeah.
And he can't come back.
I know.
So
I know.
they need
I
to
know.
be hella distracted.
So okay. So what we do is you guys go up there. You figure out how to get onto the ship. You get on the ship. I
And then
think
we
I feel like them worrying about their entire like base over here getting attacked might be enough of a distraction to just get you on the ship. Once you're there, I mean, I can work on it. If you want to wait, we can wait. But once you're
No. I was gonna say UNO would distract them, or a bunch of small craft deciding to attack them too. That would distract the
Yeah.
hell out of them.
Obviously, I don't know if we want to do all this at the same time, though.
Oh, you totally could. Please give me a run for my money.
Well, I'm saying what I think is that you take the hangar while we're getting to the access port,
Okay.
and then you get on the ships while we're trying to figure out how we actually like.
And you,
I'll
and then
do a
you
little bit
either
of
come
dogfighting.
pick us up.
That's the thing. That's the thing. We either I have two options. I either distract them or I get in there as quick as possible and grab everyone at once. Right? So if I'm the distraction in the ship, then you have to get everyone out the way you went in, and that's going to be complicated.
Yeah.
If
My
I can get
question-
in because you open a hangar for me and we have, 30 seconds, I can get in there, throw everybody on the ship, and get out. But I can't be a distraction then because they'll see me coming.
Okay, so I think our actual best bet here would be if we can get like getting Eris is the one who's easiest to get to that ship.
Yes.
Kai's the most useful one to have on that ship because we can get you in the pilot seat of that enemy ship.
If I can pilot it, I don't know alien technology. I'm very
We've got
good at
Bessie
flying
Cat.
our
We
ships.
can translate.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they have the same, I don't know. Have you ever driven a rental car?
I mean, I drove.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's
Yeah,
a pretty
yes,
good
you
comparison.
handed
I think.
me the controls for that submarine, and it went fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wish I had the sound that the protector makes as it's coming out of the dry dock from Galaxy Quest. Yes.
So basically, I think, if we can get you onto that thing, right, then, you can be a heck of a lot more bigger distraction from inside the ship.
I guess. But we still need a way to get people off. And I don't think spacewalk is a good idea, especially if I'm piloting the ship.
I also don't think spacewalk's a good way to get them off the ship. I think the
Yeah.
best bet is that I get on the ship and find them without dying, which is
If-
already gonna be hard.
And get them
But
to
once
a
I know
place.
where they are, we then can figure out the next part of once we know I'm in the room with the people, you're on a ship out there, we can maybe better figure out how we're actually going to maneuver getting off of it. The big problem is, can I get to them without dying? I'm one person on a ship that has
Because
You
dozens of
can
enemies.
ask. You can ask if there are any other away teams that would be willing to help you with this.
It's true.
Some of the away teams are going to be all for getting into the dogfight and providing a distraction, but some are heavily geared toward boarding actions or close quarters.
Because we
fighting.
have to board the ship eventually anyway.
Yeah.
Even because we don't want to destroy it completely, we have people on there. Eventually, we're going to have to lock with it or something and board and retake it. And presumably, whatever we do to disable it isn't going to kill the enemies on board because we don't want to kill everybody else on board.
I can also, if we want to do it this way, if you get on. By the way, Grant, your sound thing is doing the thing again. Take control.
It's
Oh, there it is.
It's back now. Okay. I don't know why it does that. It's okay. I just want to let you know. But if we do it where Eris gets on the ship, and Leaf helps, without getting shot. Both of you don't get shot. Me and Zen go with the rest of the OA teams. Eris takes a couple people with him that are similar to you in not fully dying when you get shot by a turret. That'd be great. And that Leaf can do his magic on. Also great. His little...
I
Take
can only
Rima,
do one
she
at a
can help.
time, by the way. And this does have a maximum effective range of like 50 meters. So if it's further away from the ship than that, you'll be a sitting duck.
Okay, I'm not gonna... You know how I feel about Alpha Team. But if you take Rima and you take... Who's there? They have a construct, don't they?
Yeah. It's what did they call it? Birdie or something like that. Yes, they have a robot.
Is
and it's not a biodroid.
Okay, never mind.
It's
Then take somebody else.
I think the
but
easiest
take
thing
Rima.
to do.
She's good.
Well, I think the easier thing to do is just that when I get on the ship, my only main task is going to be to get you to get a boarding party on the ship that you are bringing.
Yeah.
And make sure that action does not kill everyone on board.
Okay.
Right? Like find a way to open something to get you on there or blow something up that will get you on there, but do something that will not kill everyone. Like get an actual see what's going on.
Open a hole in the ship.
Yeah, open a hole in the ship.
Infiltration.
Now, we'll need to figure out the best way to do that, and exactly how I end up doing it might depend on what I find when I get there. But I need to take some sort of bomb with me, I think.
I was just gonna say open the hangar door.
I
Ships
can
have
try.
those.
I'm saying if I get
You
on
can
there and
also-
suddenly there's a bunch of people, it might be time to just blow a hole in the side of the ship.
Fair enough. I mean,
You are welcome to visit T0DD again and see if there's
Yep.
any new goodies that
I also
they
need a
have
spacesuit,
for
so I
you.
was going to try and do that
Yeah.
anyway.
okay. So the
Okay.
plan for now is we split up. I help the rest of the teams take the hangar and grab a ship and throw a bunch of people on as boarding party.
Yes.
And then, okay. The other option is, do we have other teams? Do we send one of the other teams to be the boarding party and I do the distraction, or vice versa?
I think you need to be on the boarding party, so send someone else to do the distraction. Probably.
Okay.
Not
you-
necessarily. If for no other reason, then because you being on the boarding party is far more interesting than a bunch of people we don't know.
Fair enough. Okay.
All right.
Okay. The last addition to the plan kind of deck here. The airlock plan works just fine if we're doing it from a ship. We could
You get
dive.
another ship.
We
Yeah.
could dive in close, and throw Eris out our airlock, out our hangar bay. We'll be wearing spaceships. We'll just depressurize the cabin, throw Eris at the other ship.
Yeah, and they're definitely not gonna see us coming.
Well, they'll be
But-
more occupied with our big old ship than the apparently inert chunk of something that we just kind of threw at them that's obviously not going to cause harm.
Yeah, but then they already know we're trying to get aboard. If Eris gets
Yeah,
on board
no,
first,
I
they'll
like
have no
the-
idea. we're
Also,
coming.
Eris is invisible in this scenario.
Again, they'll already know
The
we're
50-meter
coming.
range is harder to deal with if there are two moving ships in the 50-meter calculation, I think. Now, it's possible that we can't do any of this. Like, we get there and it turns out it's way far off the thing.
Yeah.
But 50 meters is a lot harder to deal with when the two ships are, like, moving,
I think
I
this
think,
is.
personally.
Okay.
I think this is the way to do it.
All right, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to T0DD.
I'm gonna go talk to the other commanders and explain our plan.
Okay. We'll start with T0DD. So, you crawl through the
I
vents.
go with Eris.
I assume you warn T0DD before you leave the vent system?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you don't
We've
get
got a
shot.
nice rapport, robot
Also-
to robot.
Also, by the way, before you guys go, Kai, because I don't know if I'm assuming you're going right there afterwards. Just gonna give you a quick good luck. Don't die. If you do, I'll find a way to resurrect you and kill you again for having the audacity. Love you guys.
If I die, if I die, plug Bessie into my cryopod.
Okay. I know what to do if you die, Eris. I'll just Find your brain.
Okay.
Thankfully, that's not the storage cell that we used when we needed one.
All right. So you arrive in the quartermaster's office again. You warn T0DD, who, as you enter, lowers the cutting laser again and says,
OA team, welcome back. How might I assist you?
I'm just going to explain the whole plan. I don't want to actually explain the whole plan, so I explain the
Okay.
plan.
T0DD processes for a second and says,
Very well, I should be able to provide additional resources. Please tell me, what can I afford you this time?
Do you got
I
any
need-
tactical nukes?
Tactical nukes are currently reserved for starship-to-starship warfare.
There are 3 different things that I think
Strictly
I most
speaking,
believe in.
You actually have those? Wait.
"Are you?"
we
gonna
are on
try
a star trip. We are on a starship, and we will be attacking another starship.
Are you trying to persuade T0DD to give
Yes!
you a nuke?
I don't think that's the best. I'm not there. I guess I
Roll.
can't say anything.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Oh my god.
That's a nat one,
Thank God.
but I had to try.
Your logic does not compute. Please request another item.
Okay, I need a spacesuit.
You are given a spacesuit.
I don't actually need one, do I?
No, you don't. What you need is an
At least
RCS
needs a
pack.
spacesuit just in case. Yeah. I'm getting there. I
Okay.
also need a way to cut through the ship if I cannot find another way to get onto it.
Not this ship, just to be.
Not this ship, an alien ship. I need a way to cut through it in the least obvious way possible. So not like a bomb or something for this part. I need a way to cut onto the ship.
The coalition tool would have been really helpful for you, huh?
Maybe.
T0DD thinks for a second, and then looks down at the giant cutting laser they've been brandishing this entire time, and just hands it to you.
Yeah!
How much does this weigh?
A shit ton. It weighs a lot. This thing is... I should have stats on it somewhere, but I don't have them pulled up because I am a terrible DM. Let's just say it's a good 50 kilograms worth of
Okay,
stuff.
so that's too much. Do you have
Okay,
anything
so-
else? Yep.
So there is an option here, which is it could take 2 trips. I can get you there and then send that along once you're like grappled with this
You
thing.
kind of grab it.
I can move more. I can move the objects multiple times. It's just I can only do one at a time.
How long does it take you to move? If say it's 50 meters, how long does it take you to move an object 50 meters?
I can move you 7 meters per round. So a little over a meter per second.
Jesus.
It's basically the equivalent of me pushing you with my hand.
So 7 rounds, roughly.
Yeah,
to
so it will
travel
take
50
14 rounds to get both me and the cutting laser to the thing.
And 10 rounds is a minute.
Yep.
That's not that long. That's 2 minutes.
No, it's
In
not.
combat, it's a long time, though.
But
But yeah, if
that is
anyone
longer than
notices
any
us,
combat we've had.
That's fair.
if anyone notices us, we're screwed. The thing is, I'm wondering if you send the cutting laser first, if it will just look like a hunk of metal. Like it's obviously not anything, right? And so when it gets there,
It can't
it's just,
hold
hey,
on.
there's some hunk of metal that's on our thing. That's true, it can't hold on.
It can't
Okay,
hold
do you
on to
have
anything.
anything? T0ZD. Do you have
Actually,
anything?
that's
Yep.
when the power ends, the object either falls or stops, depending on whether gravity's involved.
There would be no gravity
There would be no gravity involved.
Technically, there'd be gravity involved,
this
and the
is-
gravity would come from the alien ship.
So it would.
So
To
it
the
would, at
extent
the
that-
absolute smallest rate possible, it would go towards the enemy ship. And not at a rate we would ever observe. But, you know.
Actually, wouldn't it would go toward the endurance?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
the endurance
bigger.
is bigger.
Mhm.
Yeah, except
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
inverse square laws, damn it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it would all depend on how close it is. It's much closer to the alien ship. Also, the alien ship, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. None of this matters. It would stay there. It wouldn't move.
Okay, fine. I'm all
But
for this crazy
out
plan.
of
But let's see if
yeah.
there's another option.
Yeah, out of curiosity, T0's DD, do you have anything smaller? It might take longer to get through, but if I'm invisible the whole time, that's fine.
You're not gonna be.
T0DD kind of just points at your laser rifle and says,
That is perhaps the next smallest laser item that could cut through a hull. However, I estimate it would take you approximately 10 minutes to provide a hole large enough for you to move. Not knowing the metallurgy of the alien craft, I cannot tell you for sure.
Okay, we'll take the big laser thing. This'll work fine. Can you keep me invisible while I'm cutting so that all they see is a cutting laser?
They might figure that out, potentially.
Will they?
Not if they're
though?
distracted. Not if they're distracted. That's the whole point. Okay, another thing that I need.
I'm just gonna. I know
I will
I'm
get
not
you the
there.
answer to that.
I know I'm not there, but in the back of your minds, Kai is just going, I have a coalition tool if you need it. It's just...
Yeah, no, don't hear that.
Okay.
If the recipient is a creature carrying gear, the gear vanishes too.
Oh.
Hold on a sec.
That would be absolutely wild if, like, in
If a
D&D,
character
like,
manifests
you
the
did
power on
invisibility.
someone else, neither the character nor allies can see the object. If you put the items down, so light never becomes invisible. So the laser beam itself will be visible, but the laser source will not.
That's fine. I mean, I'll be holding it up against the thing.
God, I hate this plan.
And you're in space, so nothing makes sounds. The power ends if the subject attacked any creature.
Well,
the spaceship is not a
Oh,
creature.
interesting.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I need to just point something out. You are correct, yes. Sound doesn't happen in space. However, you're drilling into a ship. They're gonna hear it on the other side of the ship.
Yeah, but
They're gonna
that's the
hear
whole
it.
point. That's why they need to be getting shot at while this is happening.
Okay, that's fair.
That is hopefully what they think it is. If something goes off saying, like, the hull has been breached, we want them to think it's because they've been shot.
Okay.
If they hear the thing, there's a red alert or something going on. They hear that. The big issue is we need to find the correct place to drill into to where we don't kill everyone on the ship.
Yeah.
We need to make sure we're drilling into a, like a hangar, like a
Cargo
loading bay or something. Yeah, exactly. That's
luck
what
with
we need
that.
to. So that might be difficult to do, but that's the kind of thing. I don't know. We can look and see if there's an obvious place that something is opening.
Or an
But-
external airlock.
Yeah, and no one should be in the cargo bay if they're being attacked. Like, that's not where anyone's battle station is.
That's fair.
Presumably.
Except maybe prisoners.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll hope we get lucky. Todd, I need a bomb. Now, I need a very specific kind of bomb. I need something that if I get on the ship and I suddenly decide, oh crap, there are too many people here, I need to blow open a hole for one of our ally ships to get through. I need to both be able to blow up a hole that is large enough. I need it to be on a delay so that I can hopefully jump off the ship in a straight line back towards our ship and not die. And I need it to not explode when it gets shot at.
You need a shaped charge.
Yeah, T0DD seems to go blank for a second. They seem to have missed part of what you were saying, but they caught enough of it to know that you, yes, agree with Leaf and say, yes, you do need.
Yes, of course, a shape charge. I can potentially provide something like that.
They turn around, head, torso, legs, and then go back into the back of the shop and bring out several long sticks of explosive material and all of the stuff you need to set up a charge.
Okay.
Do you have the demolition skill by any chance?
I do.
Okay, if Leaf's there, you're covered.
So I can I can rig it, and then just I could rig this thing and be like, hey, slap this against the surface you want to not be there.
How large would this thing be total?
The shaped charges themselves, they're not going to be that big, enough
Okay.
to fit into a backpack.
Cool.
It depends how many, say, 2 meter by 2 meter squares you want to punch out of something. If you want more than one, we're talking like it'll take up your entire backpack.
2 meters by 2 meters is more than enough to get personnel through.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but is it large enough to get like a ship through?
No.
No, you'd have to dock with
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So
But it's a hole that they can't close easily.
that's true. When you say larger, if it was going to take up the whole backpack, how large would it need to be?
I mean, in order to take up the entire backpack, you'd have to fill it up with enough stuff to do like 3 or 4 of those.
Okay, wait. The one shape charge is fine.
Do you have a grappling hook?
Do I have a grappling hook?
I have a
T0DD.
grappling hook.
Oh, does T0DD? Yeah, because I don't.
Of course, do you wish to have a classic grappling hook or a grapple launching gun?
Uh,
Are both of them just like a magnetic grappling hook?
I can fit traditional grappling hooks, magnetic grappling hooks, nano-adhesive grappling hooks, electro-adhesive grappling hooks.
nano adhesive.
Okay.
Sounds nice.
You didn't answer the initial question,
No.
however.
What's
Do you
the
want-
difference?
Well, one of them's going to shoot in a straight line, and the other you have to throw.
Yeah, I want the shoot in a straight line.
Leaf
one,
says
I
with
would
great
say.
confidence.
Okay. T0DD pulls out this giant pneumatic gun and just plops it on the counter. It's got a head with the nano adhesive, it's got a reel on the back end, and it looks like it's got about 100 meters of line.
Yeah, we're just gonna take that with us. Might be useful.
My theory here is that we get you over there, right?
Yeah.
You shoot that back towards me. We attach all of the other gear to it, and you just yank it back real hard. And that's going to be a lot faster than me throwing stuff with my mind.
Okay, I'm gonna turn on my walkie-talkie and say something to Kai. Kai, your distraction better be incredible.
What is Leaf
And then I'm
planning?
just gonna turn off. I'm not going to elaborate further.
Wait, what is Leaf
I
planning
am
on
still
doing?
listening.
Shit.
I'm not paying attention. I'm not
I know.
responding to that.
Okay.
Finally,
I do respond quietly in my suit, knowing that he's turned his off. It was all Eris's idea. Click.
You can't just.
Great.
Oh,
I am still
when-
listening, by the way. I just click off my transmit.
okay.
Yeah, I turn
say
mine back off when
I
we
hate
leave
that.
when we leave the room.
I hate those. idiots.
Finally, I need some sort of maneuverable jetpack type thing. It does not need to be
This is gonna
large.
go
I
so
want
well.
a small one. I want something tiny. I don't, I'm going to be in space. I don't need a lot of thrust to get me where I'm going, but I need some maneuverability if possible.
Very well. Please, hand me your backpack.
And for a few minutes, T0DD is just slapping things onto your backpack. You see like little RCS thrusters that are gimbaled. You also see him just attach a fuel tank to one side and wire it in, and there also attaches to one side of it a control stick that if you reach back, you can pull it down and control it with one of your hands. And T0DD hands it back to you and says,
This should work for an amount of time. It is uncertain. This is a cobbled together masterpiece.
Awesome.
And then I would also, because I'm currently wearing a spacesuit, I believe. But I would also like extra oxygen, just in
Alright.
case.
Just
in case I need to wear this for an extended period of time in an open airlock.
All right, T0DD asks you to turn around, and after a little bit of fiddling around, you just feel the suit get quite a bit heavier as he slots in just this much bigger air tank. Your counter on the side of your heads-up display, instead of 8 hours, shows 12 hours.
Cool. Do my shoes already have the ability to adhere to the outside of the hull?
Yes.
Also, do mine.
All awaiting boots technically have the ability to maglock.
Okay, cool.
Lovely.
Then we're fine. Excellent. Finally, we're gonna see if this plan has any. Okay, Leaf, is there anything else you need?
I need a box of snacks for Wonder.
Lynn Jersey
And
did
saddlebags
suggest
to
pack
store
some
them in.
snacks. Lynn Jersey suggested to pack some snacks. Also, really quick, because I've been trying to sneak this in at some point. Skeptical Sig said make a performance check to make your drill sound like the other projectiles. I think you should make him do that, Grant, when this plan goes into action. Also, Yang suggested when we were scheming to take the bowling ball cartoon style approach, which I think is what's going to happen in the hangar.
More or less.
Bowl them down.
All right, T0DD hands you a full, still in its cellophane wrapper package of ration packs.
Cool. Can I get saddlebags for Wonder to put those on, like on the outside of Wonder's suit?
Sure. Yeah. T0DD takes about 15 minutes and just walks into the back of the room and makes this thing and hands it to you.
Lovely.
It's not a big backpack, but it's got something.
Yeah, just enough for the snacks, right?
How
Yes,
long
for
is
what- for
this?
what?
How long have you guys been
I'm
there?
saying this has taken like 30 minutes to an hour for all of this to happen.
What? Really?
Oh, but yeah, by the time we're done with this, like everything in the hangar's already probably done.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
No,
that's
you guys are
that's
still
assuming-
preparing
Yeah.
to take it.
We
Our
have to
plan
take
doesn't
the
work
hangar-
if you've already taken the hangar.
Yeah, it does.
Sure it does.
I guess, but then we still have 30 minutes just to get to the airlock.
Yeah, but
Plus, you might have to repair ships.
well, okay. So I
That's
mean,
true.
but in fiction, it's gonna work out where like when I have a ship, you guys will be ready to like go out and do the thing.
Probably.
It seems like.
Okay, but yeah, so at that point, let's finally go see if this plan has any merit and go try and get to the closest airlock area to the enemy ship.
Are we bringing anyone from any of the other away teams with us?
No, nope,
Told you. Okay.
we're not.
I will say, Alpha Team just kind of glances at you guys and,
Oh, they're gone already. Right?
well, they have to pass by everybody first. And Lana, their medic, says, "Where do you think you're going?"
Was this? Hold on.
We're going
Yes.
bowling.
Was this? Huh. They're in a different part of the.
No, they're with all of you. They're getting ready for the assault in the hangar, and as far as they're aware, that's what's happening. Although
No.
we haven't.
These two. I thought
Yes.
they went to go see Todd. I thought that was farther away.
Yeah, that's what we did, and now we're on our way back down to the.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Well, that's
We're on
why
our
I
way
said
to go
like.
do a 0G training.
I thought you guys were leaving. That's why I was like, "Okay, bye. I love you. Don't die. I'll kill you if you do," kind of thing. But I guess I do that now.
I will extend an invitation to Rima to join us.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, Kai was saying you guys were going to go do something crazy. I mean, sure, if you don't mind the rest of Alpha Team tagging along, we're kind of a unit here.
I'm fine
I
with that.
do mind,
Paris.
but
Does Alpha Team have
whatever,
a pilot?
man.
Technically, their engineer is their pilot.
Okay, I might ask. Are they good?
He-
They're Alpha
he's
Team.
Not
decent.
according to the current records.
That's right. I might.
You know he's more than proficient.
Okay, I might. Because I guess I'm still in this area too. What's his name?
His name is. I completely forgot.
Is it Frank?
The
that's their
engineer
boss.
is Argus.
Argus?
Yes, Argus. Argus, thank
Okay.
you. This is what happens when I don't everybody stuff up.
I might ask that Argus, at least you stay with us. We might need a good amount of ships as distraction.
All right. I'm gonna send Betty along with them, just in case they need her.
Okay.
So who are we taking with us?
Alpha Team.
You're taking Frank, Rima, and Lana, and Betty, the potentially very homicidal robot who's just been given an order to protect.
Have we met a robot in this entire game, Eris included, that is not homicidal?
No.
Very true. Very true.
I think this is maybe just a general trend that we should be aware of.
This is we're falling into stereotypes, and we need to be aware of how
I
we write
mean,
these
I
characters.
blame the DM for that.
Selka's not homicidal.
That's
Neither
true.
was Ash. Ash was just defending themselves.
Yeah. Artie is
And
definitely
Bessie's-
homicidal.
Yeah, already
well,
thought.
Army's scientifically homicidal.
Artie's my good boy.
Bessie has never actively tried to kill us.
It's true. In fact, it's just been very helpful.
Speaking of which, where are Wonder and Artie going?
I'm not
I
gonna bring.
assumed we had Wonder.
I think I'm going to have Artie stay in the area that we like. I'm not bringing him into the fight in the hangar, but I want him to stay like outside where we've been planning to act as med help because people are gonna get shot. So I give him the orders of like, you're gonna stay here. If anybody comes and tries to kill you, kill them. But I need you to make sure that everybody that comes to you that is injured gets help. That's your job today.
Hostile targets will receive a Class A dissection. Non-hostile targets will receive medical aid. Confirmed.
You're so good. Thank you, buddy.
Do you want to take Wonder?
Me? She doesn't listen to me.
It's true.
She's not gonna.
But it was gonna be real funny.
I know. I don't want her getting hurt.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I'll take Wonder.
Okay. Just make sure she's not like in like. She have a suit.
Yeah, Wonder's wearing a spacesuit.
Okay, good. Yeah, keep that on her. I don't want her.
Yeah, we did that on our way through the first time.
Yeah.
All right.
Wonder's wearing a spacesuit with body armor on it, I thought.
Amazing.
Technically, she was originally wearing special Artie issue armor that Artie cobbled together out of like surgical trays and stuff like that. She now has an official spacesuit.
Cute.
Okay. That being said, then, Kai, what's your plan for retaking the hangar? Just jump on in.
I need a better idea of the space between us and the hangar. What is, you know what I mean? Like, is it a door? Or is it like...
Essentially, you would be all coming out of this maintenance area into the doorway leading into the hangar. And if you would like, we could switch over to my view, and I can give you a general layout of the hangar itself.
That might be helpful, just for a quick minute. All right, ready?
Yes. Switching in 3, 2, 1. How'd that go?
Beautiful, perfect, love. Okay, so give me an idea.
All right.
So we're all hanging out here, and everybody's in that area that we're in.
Correct. This rough area is where you would be coming out of. There's technically a door right here, and the hangar itself is usually pretty cluttered. There are...
Oh, that's the hangar.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So you've got typically containers, you've got a bunch of small cargo crates that can be used as cover, and I will say beyond this point, you don't really know much of what's going on.
Okay, but there's one entrance, really.
There is one entrance, and presumably there are other ships and stuff that way. Toward the upper end of the screen.
I mean, I think... How many of us are there?
I want to say 40 or so.
I don't know how you're going to do that with combat, but that's going to be fun, huh?
For the most part, everyone except you, Zen... Yeah, everyone except you and Zen, it's going to be theater of the mind. Because that's the only way something this scale is going to work in a timely manner.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe... I don't know. I'd like to... We can switch back, by the way, because this is still, like, chit-chatty time. In 3...
All right, stopping in 3, 2, 1.
Beautiful. This is what happens when one person hosts the stream and the other person is the DM. It's really... it's an interesting interplay we have here. But I think I'm talking to the other commanders, but, I explained the idea that we have of getting them on the ship. I'm assuming everybody's okay with that.
Yeah, they generally like the plan. They're a little bit nervous about Leaf and Eris as part of it, but they're a little more comfortable now that most of Alpha Team's going with them.
Yeah.
Everyone hates Alpha Team, but they know they get results.
Yeah.
So...
Wadsworth doesn't know that anymore, though.
No. Wadsworth has no idea. As far as Wadsworth is aware, Alpha Team is terrible.
Yes.
Unless there's a backup of their record that you don't know about. Anyway, so that being said, the rest of the teams are pretty much ready to go. If you have anything that you would like them to focus on, you can. I can give you a couple of things that Kai would know. One of your objectives would probably be to get into a ship as fast as you can, because even if you can get it turned on and hovering, you can use whatever weapons are on board to do some real damage against anyone who's in this hangar.
Yeah, I think I'm going to suggest that to the other commander and the other teams in general as well. Like, okay, I think our goal for taking back the hangar is we go, like, just all of us at once and try to get to cover as quickly as you can. Everyone who's not needed on a ship immediately, hold them off and be careful doing it. And everybody else get to a ship and use the most accurate and powerful weapons as possible, because I don't want a hole in the endurance.
So no launching missiles inside the hangar bay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think we all know what not to shoot. So, and we're all gonna be in contact anyway. So, As soon as ground team feels like they can handle the rest of the borders, the rest of us take off.
All right.
Everyone else can handle distractions and make them confused. I'll try to get in, and hopefully Eris will have a door for me.
Selka speaks up and says, do you want the rest of the pilots just... You essentially want us running interference, right? That's the goal?
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't mind, I'll plan on being your wingman here, just kind of guide you in while everybody else just causes chaos.
Oh, hell yeah, Selka. I would not want anyone else to be my wingman. Thank you.
Well, I've also been wanting to take one of those fighters out for a while, so this will be fun. All right, then... Assuming...
Also, we discuss who's taking what ships, because that would be a clusterfuck of everybody I want this one.
Yes.
I know how the other pilots are.
I will say this. You've got a couple of options. There are, of course, the shuttles. They're not terribly well armed, but they're fairly tough, and they can carry a few people. You also have an actual sort of drop ship kind of thing that has a turret and a little bit of a heavier setup. The Endurance does have some prototype fighter craft and even a strike fighter. They only have one, but it's technically filling a bomber sort of role. If you wanted to do a lot of damage and maybe knock out the other ship's ability to broadcast its hacking frequency. But you have access to a fairly wide range of things. If you want something that's a multi-seater, it's typically going to be the shuttle, the landing craft gunship sort of thing, and the bomber.
Well, by multi-seater, you mean, like, I'm assuming all of these ships are big enough where everybody who is in the other ship, we can stuff them in here. It's going to be fine. But, like, multi-seater as in, like, multiple people at the helm doing things. I'm so sorry that one song is in the song selection. It should not be in there. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Anyway, but yeah, by multi-seater, I mean you can have crew and passengers. The Interceptor is a single seat. I think the fighter has 2 seats, like a pilot and operator. That's
but no room for
but no room for passengers.
Really?
So the fighter and the Interceptor, those are primarily combat craft.
Even like on like a little like plane or something, you can like throw some people in there if you needed to.
These are not your typical like Cessna pilot craft. These are combat craft.
Okay.
The shuttle, definitely. And the shuttle, definitely. The gunship and the bomber can all fit a few extra passengers. The shuttle and the gunship are probably your best bets.
Which one's faster?
If you want to carry. They're about equivalent.
Okay.
The main difference is the shuttle can carry more, whereas the gunship's a little tougher and can deal out more damage.
How many? Wait, no. Grant, you're not gonna let me get to the ship and then not be able to put everybody on the ship. So you need to tell me which one I can get everybody off the ship with.
I gotcha. Well, at the same time, you don't know how many people are over there.
Okay,
I think last time we said it was like 15 people who were missing.
Yeah.
So the gunship can definitely carry that many people.
Okay, great.
So can the shuttle.
I'll do the gunship then.
All right. Then that will be what you are heading for.
Great.
All right. That being said, I guess. Sorry, Michael and Kyle, but we're gonna get into combat with Kai here. So, go ahead and roll initiative for me, Vicky.
Okay. It's a 2. Plus, hold on. 4, 6.
All
wow,
right.
it's so good.
It's fine. Okay, so we're gonna go back to sharing the screen because now we're technically in a fight.
Yes. All right. In 3, 2,
2, 1. There you go.
Beautiful.
All right, and right now I'm just gonna focus on the 2 of you, and let's just say you all just jump in. The doors open and you are officially inside the hangar. Half of the away teams go this way, half the away teams go this way, and you can now see pretty much everything. And the hangar is a little
big.
It's huge. That is the hangar doing fun things. So you do notice you've got a couple of like small working vehicles. You could probably play with those if you wanted to. Shuttle A4, the lathe, is actually here. It looks like it was being maintained at some point. There are also a couple of ships you don't recognize. There seems to be a mid-sized craft over here that a bunch of bad guys are kind of hanging around. There's also something much larger in the back. And it seems to be much more heavily armored than the one closer to you. There are also a few of the boarders just kind of hanging around out in the open. They're not really expecting anything yet. And you also notice over here is the gunship that you were wanting to go and take over.
Beautiful.
So, that being said, what technically Zen moves before you? Do you want to give him any kind of orders or suggestions where he goes, or just gonna let him do his thing?
Well, I mean, I have asked him to come with me because I need somebody to man the guns, I guess, or do whatever the other thing is on the ship besides flying it.
All right, then I'm gonna say he delays his turn, and he's gonna move when you move.
Okay.
So that being said, the baddies notice you guys are here, and they all just start running toward cover. And actually, some of them go into their ship, and you're not sure what's going on in there. Presumably, they're getting ready to start it up. And this guy's got a longer way to run. And this guy starts running toward the gunship's entrance bay. All right, and let's just say they start having a little bit of exchanging a little bit of fire with the away teams. A couple of people get hit on either side, but they are in cover. So they've more or less taken, let's just say, these areas. I'm just going to be kind of vague with this.
That's fine.
There we go. So that's kind of where everybody is.
Cool.
And now it's your turn.
I'm gonna go around on the right, I think.
On the right? Okay.
Yeah, just running as far as I can go, you know? I gotta get to that ship.
All right, so I'm gonna say you both end up right about here. Other away team members are kind of just forming a bit of a line over here, trying to at least give you the opportunity to get through without getting shot too badly.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing. More exchange. Let's just say there's a little bit more exchanging of fire. These guys are moving up and doing all sorts of crazy stuff over here. You do hear the sound of this ship starting up.
Okay.
In fact,
my little comms thing, I'm just gonna be like, there's no windshield. Is there a windshield on this ship? Can you see the pilot?
You can vaguely see someone up in what appears to be the cockpit.
Either aim for the pilot or try to take out the engines because we cannot let that thing get powered up.
All right.
I don't know what guns are on there.
Very true. You hear someone just shout nearby, "Clear backblast!" And then you just see a rocket go flying across the room and hits the side of this thing. You're not sure what kind of engine it is, but whatever this sort of engine thing is, it seems to be actively on fire now.
Nice. Good shot.
All right. And
I love that I can just say things and they happen. Because it's only me in combat right now.
For now. Oh, hey, this is actually a little closer to appropriate music now. Yeah, and really these guys are mostly just exchanging fire with the other away teams, so nothing really is going on. It's your turn. What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna keep going for the ship, I think. Yeah.
All right, now they definitely know you're here.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, this guy had an action readied, and he's going to shoot at you, Kai.
Okay.
He rolled a grand total of a 9. I don't think that hits.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so some white-hot plasma just goes flying past your face. It's fine.
Woo! Watch out. Oh wait, question. How long has it been? This music is kind of intense.
It is a little. Here, let me... Boop. Nope. These are a little kind of...
Kyle, question for you.
Fine-tune this, yes.
How long does that inertial armor last? 7 hours? My Tetsu? I think you're muted. Kyle?
Kyle, I think you're muted.
based it 7 is definitely the maximum it could be. I think
Has it been more than 7 hours?
it's been
Probably.
more than that though since we
Okay.
started. Because you
Alright.
started using it during that very first combat round.
Yeah, I still definitely didn't take that hit, but good to know.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. All right then. Yeah. So it's your turn. You have moved. Are you using your entire move action, your entire turn to move, or are you going to fire back?
If I use my entire turn to move, can I get farther?
You could. You'll be kind of in the middle of things though,
That's true.
with no cover or anything like that.
Okay, fine. I'll take a shot at somebody then if I'm behind those boxes.
Okay. The guys behind the boxes, the lower boxes, or behind the colorful boxes?
I'll go for the lower ones, even though I do want to go after the guy that did shoot me. But I don't think I'll have a great shot.
All right, make your attack roll. Zen's going to go after the guy who just shot at you.
Aw,
And
so
miss.
sweet of him. He missed. Oh no.
He's not having a good day.
It's okay. We all have off days. Do I still have the plasma pistol? No, I don't. So I'm using the laser pistol.
All right.
That is an 18.
That's definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, I shouldn't have closed that. What is the?
And when you're done, roll me a d4 to find out how long this guy is stunned.
Oh, nice. That's
Roll
2d8. That is a 7 and an 8. Oh, wow.
Yeah, this guy's not doing great.
So that's 15 and 4 for the stun thing.
Okay, this guy's down for the count for a while now.
Woo!
I'm gonna put
I got a
them
good shot.
slightly off kilter. Okay,
Let's
they're
go.
they're down. All right. So the fight progresses a little bit. Someone lobs another rocket over here. Hits the armor, leaving a giant scorch mark, but not much else. This ship is actually, it looks like it's getting ready to move. The other thrusters of some kind seem to be gimbling and getting ready to get it out of here.
Oh boy.
You also start hearing the deeper rumble of this much bigger ship starting up as well.
Yeah. We're
You
far
also
from that,
lost track of this guy.
though. Oh no.
Presumably, they are inside the gunship.
I'll deal with that in a minute.
Yep, the rest of the away team is doing their thing. These guys they look like they're actually trying to move this way, maybe see if they can get inside the ship before it takes off. And let's see. I'm gonna roll a D percentile because I'm weird this way. Yeah, that's a 99. No, they straight up murk this guy.
A 90. I think you deleted all of them.
Yes,
Okay.
I did, and that was bad. Okay.
A 99.
Yep, out of 100. And you know what? For that, I think they also take out this guy who was trying to get back inside. And yeah, that's what happens. Okay, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna try to get into the gunship. I mean, we're gonna keep on running. I think I'll make it this time, right? I'm close.
Oh yeah, and you actually notice that these guys are trying to disengage and just run away.
Good.
You know what? I am getting that out of here.
Sorry about that one. That one song.
For want of repeat one. Anyway, so yeah, you are able to get all the way to the gunship,
Nice.
just by spending your move on that, and you swear you see someone disappear into the cockpit. But you are on the ship now.
Yeah. Cool.
So, anything else you want to do on your turn? You can probably use a free action to communicate with people. That's
Okay, yeah.
about
I'll let
all
the
you
rest
got.
of away teams know that I've taken the ship, and I'm gonna turn it first on the larger ship.
all
I
right.
think.
Sounds
So,
good.
Stand
Now
clear of that big one.
Now that you're on board that ship, you're not necessarily aware of what's going on out here. You just hear sounds.
Yeah.
You definitely hear the sound of something revving up and taking off. And yeah, now it's your turn again, miraculously, because theater of the mind, you don't see anything.
Exactly. I'm gonna head for the cockpit with my gun drawn, cause.
All right. Zen parallels you, so it's kind of you on either side, and you see just eye patch dude kind of trying to press buttons to turn on the gunship.
Oh, honey, that's not how you fly a ship. And I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay, make your attack roll.
There's a 14 plus 9 is 23. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Pew. Okay. What did I say it was? 2d8.
Yep.
That's a 6.
And this guy does save against the stun.
It's a 6 and a 3. That's a 9.
9? Okay, not bad. Zen actually walks in there and just clubs the guy with his security baton.
Good job.
And does a full attack, hits both times, and does another 16 points of damage, so that's 25 in total. Yeah, this guy's pretty much out.
Cool.
So you have control of.
I don't want him on the ship. To be clear, I would like to throw him out the back of the ship.
Okay, you take a little bit of time and bodily just dump this guy out the back of the ship.
I don't want him waking up and then trying to kill me. Like, nah. No.
Makes sense. So yeah, you have. I'm just putting your tiles there for the moment. Yeah, you have control of the ship. You can start booting it up.
Cool.
It looks like this ship takes a little bit longer to start up than the other ship, because when you look out the cockpit, you actually see that this thing is turning around and starting to move out of the hangar.
Oh.
However, the bigger ship is still very much there, and you actually see the crew kind of in this control space, running around and jumping into consoles and stuff like that.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you
do hear the sound of maybe some other away team members jumping into the gunship and strapping themselves in?
On my ship?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You're also well.
We need room for everybody else, don't we?
They want to be there, and you suspect they're there just in case things don't go according to plan. You still have plenty of room.
Okay.
You don't necessarily need seating room. People can just be holding on for dear life. It's fine.
Also, since we've already established that Leaf has not actually turned off his suit comms, like, you can't hear me because I'm not interrupted, but I like to think that Leaf is just sitting here listening to all the chaos.
Yeah, probably.
It's
I mean,
chaotic.
you should definitely be listening because you need to know when you guys have to start doing your thing. Which, by the way, Grant, whenever you want to cut to them, if you need to, feel free.
This is why Leaf rolled that 1. He was distracted.
Okay. All right. So, where was I in this scene? You're also starting to see people kind of moving around in front of you, trying to get to the racks over here that contain all of the other small craft. So it looks like the other pilots are on their way. However, they do have to cross in front of this thing.
Oh, okay.
So it is your turn. You can start turning the ship on.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the ship on.
Okay. I will need you to do it's a pilot check to get this thing to turn on in one round.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will take several rounds for you to fully boot up.
It's gonna take several rounds for it to fully boot up, I think. That's a hold on. My pilot skill's quite good. That's a 17, actually.
17?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all. That actually is just enough to get this thing up and running. So
Hell yeah.
you
Guys, I can't lose. I rolled a 3.
you know these systems well enough where you just hit the right switches in the right order and just everything comes online. Zen leaves the cockpit, saying something about, I guess I'd better get on the guns. And presumably he's running back to wherever the turret is controlled on this ship.
Sounds good.
And yeah, you start seeing this ship begin to lift off. And you also notice the 2 turrets on the side are starting to turn toward you. And the missile racks in the center of the hangar.
Zen?
I'm still climbing into this thing.
Okay, well, when you do, can you shoot the cockpit?
You also
feels
have
like
some
the
weapons.
quickest way. I do?
You also have some weapons.
Oh,
yes.
great. Then I'll do that.
You notice that a targeting display for a laser cannon has actually activated, and yeah, you. Oops, I'm hitting buttons that I shouldn't be hitting in that window. And yeah, you kind
I
of
thought hitting buttons was my job.
normally, but in this case, it's kind of mine. So yeah, you start lifting this thing off, turn it towards that ship, and make an attack roll
Bam.
at point blank range.
Hell yeah. 16. I don't know what I add to that. My attack or the ship? I don't know.
I think
how to
weirdly
do
enough, I need to look it up. Actually, this is me being a bad DM again.
Oh, it's okay. It's a
no.
16. That's already pretty high.
Yeah, no, that is more than enough. Cool. You definitely hit. I just am forgetting exactly what you had. Oh my god, I hate what this is doing. Give me starships. I don't know why you're jumping all over the place. Anyway, yeah, go ahead and roll 2d4.
That's it?
But this is ship scaled damage.
Oh, okay.
If you were rolling this, it would be 2d4 times 10 against an actual person.
That's only 3.
3? I mean, it's enough. You put a decent hole in the side of this ship.
And now I want to no. I want to be clear. I aimed for their cockpit.
Okay, there's a good scorch mark along the side of the cockpit.
My theory is just if I can bust into there, then no one's gonna be there to steer the ship. So
you get the sense that they're definitely freaking out.
Good. It's the goal.
Oh no, these people are they mean business. We underestimated them. So yeah, that is your turn. This ship, it's gone.
It falls off the table.
It's a wonderful thing. And on its turn, this ship. Excuse me. Let me select you. This ship actually starts. It can't turn around, so it's actually backing out of the hangar.
Beep. Beep.
Pretty much. In fact, through the cockpit, you kind of hear an automated beeping sound coming from it as it's leaving the hangar. That being said, several of your fellow pilots have reached the small craft.
Cool.
And you actually see.
Oh! So cute.
I need to actually make this a lot bigger for this scale.
I was gonna say that's really small.
You actually see Selka hop into one of these.
Nice.
And just kind of hover next to you, and she just starts laying into that ship. 16, and this thing also does 2d4, but it does an extra numbers. And she does another 9 points of damage, so just another bunch of scorch marks along the other side of the cockpit. And presumably the person flying this thing, you just see them shove a lever forward, and this thing just shoots out the hangar.
Okay.
And it's gone.
Off the table.
Whee! And there we go. You have control of the hangar. And what do? Are you kind of just hanging on, waiting for people to get into their ships so you can all go at once, or what's the plan?
Yeah, I think I'm waiting for rest of away team to be ready, and for us to get a signal from Eris and Leaf that they're ready to do because we don't want to go too early. I want to know that Eris is in the ship, which I'm assuming has been happening this whole time. So
yes,
I'm assuming it's their turn now.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing the screen for just a moment.
All right, in
All
3.
right, in 3, 2, 1.
Boop. Beautiful.
Amazing. And I'm going to also multitask because I need to get this ready for the next step of what's happening. So, that being said, we are back with Leaf and Eris.
Hello.
What are you two doing?
Oh, I just get
So,
out.
on our way down, we are going to explain to Alpha Team what the general plan is. I don't know if they had any thoughts on this.
Yeah, and in particular, because we have Rima, who's a telepath, and I guess also kind of compare notes on what kinds of powers we can manifest.
Oh, you can move the weapon at the same time now, right? With her.
If she can do that.
It depends on what kind of power she can manifest.
That is a good point. Let me pull up Rima's character sheet and go there, because I actually made a character sheet for her now.
She's special.
So technically, you kind of know this a little bit. Leaf, she is a telepath and has some nomad skills, which means she kind of can teleport a little bit. Not very well, and it takes a lot of effort, but she can do stuff like that. But her main skill set is based on telepathy.
She's cool. Why did I break up with her?
Okay. Well, I mean, in particular, does she have any of the telekinetic powers, like telekinetic force, any of those things?
Let me double check, because I was saying all of that while I was loading this up.
Yeah.
No.
What does she have?
She has Featherfall, Charm Person, Empathy, Read Thoughts, Detect Thoughts, Suggestion, Thought Shield, which could be really useful at some point. What else?
So Featherfall, Charm Person, Empathy. I'm writing these down.
Detect Thoughts, Read Thoughts. Suggestion, Thought Shield, Charm Monster, Fate Link,
Ooh.
Psionic Blast, Mind Trap. Let's see. I'm also multitasking. This is bad of me. Okay.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Okay. So none of those things particularly help us, though, which is, unless she has anything telekinetic, this isn't going to matter. We can resolve the rest of that later.
Correct. Yeah, so there's no telekinetic stuff.
If she doesn't have invisibility or telekinesis stuff, then...
Yeah, she's got fly. That's just about it, though.
Kyle,
Yep.
just as a
Oh, every time I look down, my head looks...
No, I was just gonna say, I think you have access to Rima's character sheet as well.
Am I allowed to look at that?
I feel like
I'll allow you to look at it
yeah.
this time.
You guys, I imagine in the 30 minutes that it took you to walk to this place, you guys would have discussed, oh, so this is what I can do. What can you do?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Just to
okay.
make
Yeah,
it
that does
easier.
speed things up considerably.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and then we also have Frank, who is a what now?
He's a soldier. Specifically a CQC expert. So when it close quarters combat. So he's
Gotcha.
really good if you get him up close and personal with bad guys.
Unfortunately, that is not what you're doing.
I mean,
If we
when
can
he
get up
gets
on
on
the ship.
board.
Okay. There was someone else, right?
There's also Lana.
Wait, we have Lana with us? I thought we had Betty.
You have both.
Oh, correct. You have Lana and Betty. Yeah.
Okay.
Lana's a medic, right?
Yeah, field medic.
So when Leaf's head gets blown off, she can stare at it.
That's
Provide a eulogy.
that's accurate.
Yeah, right? Okay. So, after 30 minutes of walking and climbing, I guess climbing mostly.
And floating.
Yeah.
I actually need to roll a random encounter for you guys because you are going through the central section of the ship. Make a spot check for me.
17.
18.
You may or may not be being stalked by a small pack of sludge monsters.
I thought they were gone.
Hey, Alpha Team. Can you guys deal with those sludge monsters while we go get stuff set up here?
Sure. We'll take care of it.
They don't like fire.
Oh, great! And I left my flamethrower back with Todd.
Of course you did, because you're on Alpha Team, so you kind of screwed up.
That's not
I say
fair.
that very quietly to Leaf as we continue to move forward, not out loud to them.
I can hear their comms too, right?
Mine are on.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Kai's enjoying this.
Yeah, Alpha Team goes and just starts trying to destroy the pack of sludge monsters. You arrive at the airlock that you were waiting for. There is an entry code. You know a general entry code that allows you to get into them. And I'm assuming the two of you climb in and cycle the airlock.
Yeah. Well,
Sure.
can we see out through the airlock?
Once you're through the inside door, there is a small window that you can kind of look through.
I'd like to look through that first.
Yeah.
It's pitch black out there.
I have infrared vision.
There's an object out there, but you can't tell how close it is.
Okay. Leaf, if you want to wait on the ship in safety.
How long does the airlock take to cycle?
About a minute.
Question.
If you set it to like a quick cycle, you could probably do it in a round if you wanted to. But that could damage things, that could lead to explosive decompression. I mean, there are things that happen.
We shouldn't do that with Leaf in the airlock, but with Eris in the airlock, hold on to something.
Can you make me invisible? Can you make me invisible from outside the airlock?
I have to be touching you to do it.
The
To
whole
start
time?
the effect.
Oh, to
No,
start the
just
effect?
to start the
Okay,
effect.
well, can you make me invisible and then I go into the airlock?
I love that we all
Right?
panic.
Yes, this will give you a little over an hour of invisibility.
Okay, I want to open the airlock and look out, but from the viewpoint of the enemy ship, I want them to just see something open and they see nothing.
Okay, so you activate
just
the
want to-
power on
yeah.
Eris.
I want to scope
I'm
things out.
assuming.
I
Hello.
do, yes.
Do you quick cycle, or do you just run it through a basic cycle? We're not in combat yet.
Yeah, I don't think we need to quick anything yet.
I think we do it the long way. Also, Eris, when you start cutting into that ship, make sure you think of it as an object, not an enemy. You're just cutting a hole in a box. You're not attacking anything.
Got it. For now, I'm just gonna do some scouting. I'm a scout. I'm gonna scout things.
Okay, the airlock opens. There is a control for external floodlights if you want to activate that. But that being said, your infrared vision picks up just what looks like this massive, slightly curved plane above you.
How close is it? 49 meters, perhaps?
It's actually frighteningly close. It's like 20 meters from the hull of the
Okay,
Endurance.
wonderful.
I'm gonna make you make a hide check for me really quick.
Oh, easy. My hide is great.
He's invisible.
Hide, yeah, I get to add 7 to whatever this is. And it was an 18, so 25. There's no way that's not high enough.
I'm sorry, but they rolled
I'm
a 20.
invisible.
Do
I get to add anything because I'm invisible?
Yeah.
No, hang on.
Advantage?
Ignore everything that I just said. Which means the roll I just did was them noticing that something weird just happened. Okay, ignore everything I just said. You're fine.
Okay.
However, they did not miss that something on the Endurance opened up, and with your infrared vision, you do notice there are a couple of turrets with eye lines here, and one of them turns around and is kind of just looking at this hole that just opened up in the Endurance hull.
Okay, so I'm going to radio. I'm assuming I can do this without, like, stopping any invisibility or anything. I'm going to radio Kai and Leaf. Tell them, first off what I saw. But then, we need a distraction, or we can't go.
Okay. You hear over your comms, it seems like Wadsworth has come back online and opened up frequencies and says, "Once you are ready, I will engage the ship's point defense systems and take on the rest of their fleet."
before we move forward, what can I see anything else on the ship? Like, do I notice any hatches? Do I notice any obvious signs of what might be on the other
Okay.
side anywhere
Okay,
along the ship?
this one definitely do a spot check for me.
While he's doing that, can I just
13.
tap into a random console here and just like start typing out what happened to radio silence?
I mean, you
We
guys
haven't
are
been
broadcasting
doing-
stuff too now.
Yeah,
so
we haven't been doing radio silence.
Wadsworth.
Oh.
you receive a message, Leaf, that says, "I have been watching you with the cameras. I know you're doing something. You need help."
Oh dear.
So that was a 13, you said, Michael?
13. Yep.
It's not that difficult to see. Yeah, there looks like some sort of ventral airlock kind of in the middle of this place. It's actually fairly big. It looks like maybe a cargo airlock of some kind.
Okay.
That's the money.
I relay that information back to Leaf. I need to get to the ship. I need to get the cutter on the ship. I need to not be seen and shot at, so we need a distraction. Do we want to send me there first, or do we want to send the cutter there first?
So here's a thought. And
Yep.
I know we did just leave Alpha Team behind, but Rima has fly. Which is both faster and a lot more precise than me hurling you through space.
Does fly work on other people?
Yes.
How
Oh.
are the turrets oriented
There's
compared to where the airlock is?
That is a good point. The one that turned around and is looking at your open airlock could definitely cover that airlock if it needed to.
But that's the only one that can cover the airlock.
Correct. The other two seem to be closer to broadside style weaponry.
I'm going to relay that information to Kai to do with as she pleases.
Okay.
I'll take that one out, don't worry.
Yeah. We want to try and get on board stealthy-like, but if it isn't stealth, I would like to still get on the ship and not be shot by the turret. I'd prefer to be shot by all of the bad guys on the other side of the wall.
Fair enough.
Once you're
idea is
inside
that if
the
I
airlock,
open-
could it hit you?
Was
Once
that?
I'm inside the airlock, could it hit me?
No, it would be shooting its own ship at that point.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're invisible.
Not once I have the cutter will be obvious that it's happening.
No, but it's an airlock. Can you cycle the airlock? Can you hit a button on the outside, open the airlock, get in, and then close the airlock and cut a hole in the airlock so it can't be closed again?
Has Alpha Team shown back up yet? Can we radio them and ask them how they're doing?
Frank is kind of busy mopping this up. We'll be right there.
Oh no, we
Can you
tried
just-
mops. Those don't work. They just eat
Okay.
them.
Well, then we're just gonna wait for, a minute, a couple
All
minutes for Rima to show up.
All right. Yeah, a few minutes later, Alpha Team shows up. Rima's there.
Do we want to send? So here's a thought. Because I actually don't see anything in this that says I can't make more than one object invisible at a time.
Are you going to send Kai's ex along with Eris?
No,
Do
my
it.
thought was we
Do
send
it.
Frank.
What?
Send Frank.
No,
The close
send-
quarters combat dude, and you go there. You cycle through the airlock.
Wait, why
And
can't?
Frank defends you while you cut through from the inside, where their turrets can't hit.
But can
Once
Rima? Can Rima fly them both there at the same time?
Rima can give one person, herself or someone else, the ability to fly.
I think that what we do is we send me there invisible via Rima's flight, and I can check out what it looks like and not get shot at. Like, try and learn some information. Learn if I can actually get into any airlock or if I can't, while we wait
Okay.
for sort of distraction to maybe arrive at some point. But first, I think we should try and do this without anyone noticing and see what we see.
Seems reasonable.
Okay.
So explain
Um,
that plan to Rima.
Yeah, Rima understands. She floats over to you, or does she
She's
have
not
to-
in the airlock. She's
Yeah, no,
just
she's not in the
standing on the
airlock.
inside.
I
Does she
need-
have to touch me to get me to fly?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
She
Okay, well
does.
then we need to
So-
close the airlock.
Yeah, she climbs into the airlock. She's got a spacesuit on. She cycles it and says, "Okay, I can't exactly see where on Earth you are right now. So I'm gonna hold out my hand and you just touch my hand, okay?"
Yeah, you're
I
invisible.
do so.
This is so freaky. Okay. She closes her eyes for a second and really seems to concentrate, and all of a sudden, this is really weird for you, Eris, because you're not used to having this kind of psionic power necessarily applied to you, where you have full control over it. But all of a sudden, you just know that you can direct yourself to move without using your RCS pack.
Awesome. I'm going to fly up to this ship.
Wait, I
to
forgot he
in
had
the
a jetpack.
Yeah, but it's not.
That would be
Oh.
very visible.
That's true,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway.
I'm going to fly to the area
Okay.
where it looks like there's some sort of airlock and take a look around. Not just at where the airlock is, but the whole underside of the ship, or side of the ship, or whatever piece of the ship we're looking at.
And
Okay.
this way, you can also carry with you anything up to your maximum load.
Yes, but it can't be invisible up to my maximum load, right?
Yes, the invisibility applies to you and everything you're carrying.
Okay, then yeah, I'm
As
taking
long as
it.
you don't set it down.
Yeah, because I still have my backpack. Like, I didn't put any of that, so I still have everything, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to fly over this 20 meters to the other airlock, the cargo airlock you find. There's definitely a control panel there. However, it's lit up orange at the moment. Do you try tapping it?
I'm not going to do anything
Okay.
until there is some sort of like, I'm not going to try and enter this ship until the people on board are distracted.
Okay.
I'm going to relay the information that I currently have, that there's this orange control panel, back to Leaf and to Kai, and ask what the status is of the distraction.
Distraction is ready when you call.
Yeah,
when you need
at
us.
this point, Kai, from your point of view, you and several dozen small craft are ready to just gun it out of the hangar.
We're ready when you need us.
Okay.
All right. So Operation Extremely Complicated Distraction is a go.
Yeah. Key things that need to be done is you need to draw fire away from the part of the ship I'm on. And also, if you could destroy the one turret, that's a huge problem for us. That would be great too.
Without
Absolutely.
hitting the airlock.
Without
going-
hitting me. I'm
You're
invisible.
not visible, so don't hit the airlock.
Yeah, so that's not my job, but this is not what I'm telling you. This is me speaking in real life. But so since that is not Kai's job, because Kai is extraction team, I'm going to relay that to my other pilots and just say, we need focus your fire on this part, except do not make it obvious. Take out this specific turret first, and then take out the rest of them, because Eris needs that one gone in order to get inside.
Also, how big is this airlock?
It's a cargo airlock. It's big.
Yeah.
Could we fit a ship in there?
Bet you can.
You could fit a small ship in there
Could
easily.
we fit the one that Kai has?
It would be close, but you could probably do it.
Can Kai?
Have those pilot
I can
skills
do it.
ready.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
we need to destroy the airlock? Can we just get it open?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do.
The thing is, though, once you get it open, you're gonna need to find them really quick,
Yes.
because they're gonna know that the airlock is open.
When I
Distraction
get
or
it
not.
open. Yeah, maybe.
There's gonna be
It's an
some
airlock
alarm that
has
goes
to be
off.
cycled.
You're not gonna get out of this without them sitting in the cockpit and seeing airlock 2 is open. Like,
Warning.
they might not notice
the
it if they're getting
goal-
shot
the-
at, but they're gonna notice eventually. So you're not gonna have a lot of time,
Yeah, you will be on a timer.
and we don't know where they are.
Try to think if there's any way to make this easier for us.
I don't
Like-
I
know
don't
if
think
there
there really is.
is. Yeah.
So our only option is for me to try and go in through this airlock, like open the airlock, get into the rest of the ship through here, reopen it, I guess, so that a ship can actually get into it, find them and take them to the air. Like, this doesn't seem like the kind of plan that can be done that easily.
Do you want Rima and like Frank to go with you, and then you have at least a little bit more firepower?
Well, what I'm wondering is, can we get them? I'm wondering if we can get on the ship without them knowing we're on the ship, because obviously opening the airlock
That's the
is a
idea.
problem.
Have an idea.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You have that grappling gun, right?
Mhm.
How about we use control light to just create a path of darkness so that there's literally no visibility as you shoot this grappling gun, because it's the icy cold soul-sucking blackness of space. Like, you shoot the grappling, like, people look, they expect to see nothing.
But
And what are
what
they
it-
going to look? They're going to see nothing.
It depends on the
But-
angle,
but-
right? Because if they expect to see the ship and they don't see the ship,
Yeah, but why are they grappling? What does this do?
to get people over here.
Oh, because that gives us a way to get across.
I guess.
It could work.
Or it could backfire spectacularly.
Okay, are we switching the plan on the fly?
Well,
I
I still don't know because bringing other people doesn't solve what, in my opinion, is the basic problem, which is I would like to get on the ship without them knowing. If it is at all remotely possible to do. I am wondering if during the attack, I can blast a hole in the ship
You
that they
could.
think was blasted from one of the other ships.
yeah, with the laser cutter.
You could.
You're
And I
near,
can op-
like I think being near the airlock is good. So once you get inside, you're you know where to get my ship in. But I don't.
I know
think
where
you
to
should
get
use
them
it.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but I
big
don't think
question
you
is,
should use
can
it
I
to get in. I think you should use a different way to get in, which I think, yeah, use your laser
But
cutter.
can I get into the ship without again just like
Flying a hole
decompressing
in.
everything? Well, without killing everything, because the point of going into the airlock is that we know that it's cut off from everything else, and it won't cause any problems there.
I don't know. We gotta make a decision.
Because our
now.
captives don't necessarily have spacesuits.
Yeah.
So ideally, we would get Kai's ship into that airlock.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think
the
we might
ideal
just have
scenario is
Oh yeah, we can't take them out through space.
we can't take them out, so
The
we
grappling
either
hook
need a
doesn't-
way of
then all we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to send. So, yeah, let's try and get a couple more people up here with me, and then when Kai gets here with the ship, we'll unload all of those people, and we will just have to try and go find them by force.
we were always going to need some kind of boarding party.
And granted,
Yeah,
once
so we'll
you
just
get
need to
me
do that.
in, I've got people on board. So
Yeah,
as soon as
so,
you
yeah,
cycle
we
that
won't be able-
airlock, I'll try to land.
Yeah, we need somebody to take out the turret and then open the airlock.
Yeah.
So that we
Yeah.
can get a ship in there with a boarding party.
So have the people take out the turret. I will then open the airlock, or do my best to open the airlock at that point. If I can't open it, I will drill through and find a way to get it open, and then we will get the ship there, land the boarding party, go find them, take them out.
So
Yeah.
this would end your invisibility, but you could also just go walk up to the turret, strap the shaped charge to it, and walk away.
I might
Good.
still need the shape charge, I think.
I think
I might use the shape charge to destroy some things later on the ship,
Yeah,
possibly.
that might be important. Yeah, I
You
think
could
that's-
also just jam something in the end of the turret,
I don't think that would work very
put
well.
a cork in it.
That's what I did with the sticky thing.
I have all these balloons.
That all being said, this might be a good point to end, given the time right before we do the huge boarding thing.
That's so lame.
How about this? You give the go ahead for the distraction, because you're gonna need it regardless.
Yes.
And pretty much on that word, I'm gonna say, Kai, you and the rest of the small craft just kind of gun it out of the hangar bay.
Yeah.
And as you do, Kai, space just lights up. There is a fireworks show going on around the Endurance, and you just see the turrets on the outer rings just going absolutely ham
Hell
on
yeah.
everything they see.
I live for this.
However, as you and the rest of the squadrons form up outside of the hangar and start heading toward the aft end of the ship, where this other carrier, this ship, has essentially parked itself. Your heads-up display just lights up as about a dozen other small craft start flying toward you. And you hear from Zelka over the ship-to-ship comms, and she says,
Well, looks like we got bogeys. Everyone pick your partners and let's go take them out.
Let's do it.
and that's where we'll end.
Damn. Okay, I want to keep playing, but I guess it is 5, so... Oh, okay. Well...
This means next time I'm going to have 2 maps going. You guys realize this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
At least you have a better idea of where we all are this time.
Lynn Jersey
This gives
said
you a whole week to figure it out.
Lynn Jersey said Top Gun 3 next week. Let's go.
Yep.
Gosh.
That's essentially what we're gearing up for.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get Leaf on this ship. That's my main goal.
Kai needs
Get Leaf over here.
a handle like Maverick and Rooster and Goose and everyone.
Well, you've got all week to
think
come
of
up
one.
with one.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out and joining us for D&D in Space. If you have missed any of the episodes, they are all archived on my YouTube channel now. We have moved them from the Active Galactic channel. They're still on there for a little bit, but we're going to be unlisting them soon. So if you want to check those out, click on my face in the About page. Thank you so much to our lovely Game Master Grant for being an amazing DM and wizard of storytelling. Thank you to Michael and Kyle for being wonderful party mates. And thank you guys all for watching. If you're new here, please follow, get notified when we go live next, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Help out the channel. As far as next week goes, on Monday we have a spooky Halloween spectacular, which will feature everybody on the channel except for Kyle, because Kyle doesn't want to play Phasmophobia, and I know this, so I didn't even ask him if he wanted to play, because he's terrified of ghosts, and I'm not gonna make him play Phasmophobia and entertain you guys. But me and Michael and Grant and Aiden are all gonna be here playing some Phasmophobia, hunting some ghosts. Before that, I'm going to be doing some sort of astronomy stuff, or maybe, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll have you guys quiz me on astronomy stuff while I try to hunt for ghosts. I think that'd be very funny. But we will be live at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Monday, and the guys will join me at 10. And then Wednesday is going to be our regular astronomy news, and Friday we will be back with some more D&D in Space. And we will find out what my call sign is, apparently. And we're going to blow up an alien ship and get our friends out. But I think that's
Sounds good.
About it. Anybody else have anything?
Nope.
Not really. Thanks everyone for hanging out.
We'll see you guys
We got a
next
dogfight
time.
next time.
Hell yeah. I have been waiting for this for so long. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.